There's an old song that says, I'm so glad that the Lord saved me. I'm so glad that the Lord saved me. If it had not been for Jesus, where would I be? I'm so glad that the Lord saved me. So when I really think about how the Lord really did save me, I can't help but to be reminded of what it actually means to be saved. You know, the Bible says in Romans 10:9 and 10 that if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved, or in this case, rescued. Verse 10 says, for it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. This is the idea that God is saving us to himself. You know, I grew up in church, and as a kid and teenager, church was all I knew. I didn't realize that I didn't have much of a relationship with God, but I knew church and I knew God. I knew about God. I remember when I was about 21, I had lived so much of my life masked in this perception that I was doing everything right. And then there was this shift for me to do what I thought was now living my truth, living my life. So much so that I was trying to be someone God was not calling me to be. And I remember going to all these clubs and trying to fit in and drink as much as my body could take. And then about 2 years of doing that consistently and watching my life spiral into a place that I knew I didn't need it to go, I realized that I needed God to rescue me, to keep me safe. See, for me, Jesus was an acquaintance, but he wasn't Lord. I gave him access, but he wasn't in control. I found myself in such a dark place, and I had to call on Jesus. You know, verse 13 of that same chapter in Romans says that everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. And I can tell you, I am so glad that the Lord saved me. God, thank you for saving my life. I'm never going back.